welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel. A 40-year-old Israeli resident of Beitar Illit in the West Bank came to an IDF checkpoint today for medical treatment after the Palestinian hitchhiker he picked up stabbed him in the shoulder. The victim was lightly wounded and Magen David Adom paramedics treated him, later listing him as stable. According to victim testimony, after getting his car serviced in an Arab village near Jerusalem, he picked up the hitchhiker on the way towards the checkpoint. Shortly before arriving at the checkpoint, the Palestinian man attacked. Police have stated that they are investigating any and all types of motive. They and the IDF remind nearby residents who regularly travel into the surrounding Arab villages for goods and services to practice caution. Police have gathered evidence that Hollywood tycoon Arnon Milchan recruited Australian billionaire businessman James Packer to help fund Netanyahu's lavish lifestyle. In what has been dubbed Case 1000, the police have been investigating Prime Minister Netanyahu and his family for receiving hundreds of thousands of shekels worth of gifts, such as cigars and champagne. In one instance, Netanyahu is believed to have asked Milchan for tens of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. The investigation has led to suspicion that many of these gifts were not gifts, but instead bribes. One anonymous source close to Milchan estimates that Packer funded around a quarter of Netanyahu's gifts, and another person close to Milchan said the fact that Milchan asked Packer for help in the first place with the expenses shows he was unhappy about financing the family's lifestyle. If these allegations prove true, it would mean that Milchan was responsible for the relationship between Australian billionaire and the Prime Minister. Packer, 48, is the son of late media mogul Kerry Packer, who until his death in 2005 had been the wealthiest and most influential businessman in Australia. James Packer inherited his father's media empire, including 9 television networks and the CMH Media and Publishing Company. Archaeologists have just discovered a 2,000-year-old Emperor's Road and a set of ancient coins near Beit Shemesh. The wide and well-preserved 2,000-year-old road dates back to the Roman period, and it was discovered last month during excavations carried out by the Israel Antiquities Authority. On Tuesday, the director of the excavation, Irina Zilberbad, said that the road had been close to 6 meters in width and stretched for roughly 2.5 kilometers. Zilberbad was quoted as saying, quote, "The road was apparently built to link the Roman settlement that existed in the vicinity of Beit Natif with the main highway known as the Emperor's Road, and that the road served as a main artery connecting several large settlements of Eleutheropolis, or modern-day Bet Guvrin, and Jerusalem." She went on to say that, quote, "During the Roman period, as a result of military and other campaigns, the national and international road network started to develop in unprecedented manner. The Roman government was well aware of the importance of the roads for the proper running of the empire," end quote. Today, yet another JCC, this time in Rochester, New York, was evacuated after receiving a bomb threat. 75 people were cleared from the building, and parents were notified not to bring their children to daycare this morning. Brighton Police Chief Mark Henderson stated that they were dealing with the incident and said, quote, "We've worked with JCC on emergency planning for a number of years," end quote. He added that New York State Police and the FBI will be joining the investigation shortly. On Friday, the Federal Communications Commission granted Jewish community centers nationwide a temporary waiver, allowing them to receive caller information in response to the recent series of bomb threats against Jewish institutions. Federal officials have been investigating the 122 total bomb threats that have been called into Jewish organizations in over 36 states since January 9th. They are also investigating the wave of vandalism at Jewish cemeteries, including in St. Louis, Missouri, Philadelphia, and Rochester, New York. On Friday, Juan Thompson, 31, had been arrested in St. Louis in suspicion of being behind at least 8 of the JCC bomb threats. The Sea of Galilee is at its lowest level in a century after a limited rainfall last February. Northern farmers fear that they will have to stop watering huge swaths of cultivated land unless the government steps in. The Kinneret, Israel's most important natural water source, only received 10% of its average rainfall for February, rising by just 22 centimeters, far below the average of January's rainfall of 60 centimeters. The head of the Upper Galilee Regional Council, Georgia Zeltz, warned Agriculture Minister Uri Ariel of the Jewish Home Party that without government assistance, farmers would be forced to stop watering thousands of the 150,000 dunams, or 37,000 acres, currently under cultivation for fruits and vegetables, and will lose tens of millions of shekels in produce. That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.